Oz here, and today I'm going to be doing a video about my coming out story. It's going to be like a story time. Make sure you grab some popcorn, sit back and relax because it's going to be a long one. Ever since I was a child, I've been very affectionate. I'm a very emotional person, so I would get upset very easily and I would show my affection straight off the bat with whoever it is. And if you know me, you know I'm a very unaffectionate person. Ever since I was a kid, my mum, my dad, my grandparents, they've always been very like, give us a kiss, like when you meet someone or something like that, you would kiss them. It's just more of like a hello and goodbye kind of thing, like give us a kiss if you're going, that kind of thing like that. And when I first started school, that's when things started to get a bit like people started to say things to me and it would look a bit weird. So when I went to school when I was 5 years old, I would like kiss my friends like when I see them in the morning, or when I was saying goodbye to them, I would give them a kiss. And the first year no one really said anything, but then in the second year of school my mum said to me, look Chris, you can't be kissing like boys like how you are. And I was like, why is that? And she said, because people might think that you're gay. And that was the first like time that the word gay had ever been said to me, and I never thought anything of it. So I did as my mum said, I stopped kissing boys. Throughout my school life I got bullied quite a bit, and that was due to the fact that I did things that weren't seen as boyish. So like I would do dancing class, I would do musicals, I'd do singing and stuff like that, and I would always be very like open about this. Like, it's nothing that I was ashamed of. And I did ballet when I was younger, I did tap dance, I did like anything like dramatic I would do. I'll put on shows with my friends on the street, do puppet shows, anything like that, do makeup with my sister, do salon dressing up and stuff like that. So I never thought anything of it, but obviously other people did, and if you know what bullying's like, if they find a weakness, they use it against you. As I got older, I kind of started to realise that these things are something that a lot of other boys don't like, and then I kind of realised that I was different and that I was possibly gay. Then I started looking into this kind of stuff, and when I was about 10 years old, obviously the internet started to become a big thing, and I did Google search like gay, like because I wanted to know what it was. And that's when my dad found it on the computer. He didn't think anything of it. He was like, don't ever like search that kind of stuff again because you don't know what's going to pop up. The third time that I realised that I might have been gay was when we went to America and we stayed in San Francisco, because my mum's best friend, he was living with a man at the time, his partner, and we stayed with him, and I was like, does he not have a girlfriend, blah blah blah. And then my mum explained that he was gay and that he liked men. So that was my first like look into a gay lifestyle that was totally different to what media and everything was showing us, because you would never see on TV anything like gay couples being together or anything like that. When we moved to Australia, that's when it was kind of like a fresh start for me. Like no one knew my past, no one knew my future, like no one knew me. So I really downplayed the whole flamboyant thing. I stopped doing ballet, stopped doing like theatre and stuff like that. I joined a football team and I became friends with a group of lads, and no one had any suspicion that I was gay. That's until I was about, when I was in year 7, because everyone was like, well, Chris has never had a girlfriend, we need to find him a girlfriend. And it was like, all these girls were like, oh, we need to get Chris a girlfriend. So the first, like, I got into a relationship with a girl, and it only lasted a few weeks. Then I got into a relationship with another girl, and that only lasted a few weeks as well. And then the only way that I would stop these people, like people from trying to like set me up with other girls, was to say that I liked someone. And I said that I liked my best friend Paige, and that's how we became like good friends. But she always thought that I liked her, like I fancied her, and so she would hang around with me, but like she would, every time people were like, oh, Chris and Paige, she'd be like, no, we're just friends. And that's the only reason why I would hang around with them, because I wanted like a group, like girlfriends, but I didn't want to seem like I'm gay, so I pretended that I fancied Paige, and that's why I hung around with her to try and like graft her kind of thing. My dad was the first person that found out that I was gay. He went on my computer and found that I was searching gay things, like about gay relationships and stuff like that, as you do, because obviously we had nothing at school that were telling us about these kind of things, so I had to like do my research and find out for myself. It got to when I was about 14, 15 when I got a job, started working with Paige and my other friend Emily. They were both my best friends at the time, and they are still today. It got to the point where there was a gay guy who we worked with who was the same age as us, and it was just like, I was just curious, and we started talking to him, and we started talking like outside of work, like through Facebook, and we were just asking questions about how he came out and stuff like that. He didn't know I was gay at this point, and he was like, why are you asking? He kind of got a bit suspicious and was like, so why are you asking all these questions? Do you think you're gay? I said, well, I'm just exploring. I don't know what I am at the moment. So I kind of confessed to him. And then, like, we were just talking about, like, lots of gay stuff. And then I kind of, like, admitted to him that I was gay. And he's the first person I ever told. Like, I never told anyone. Not even my friends or anything like that. He was the first person. And then he's like, oh, we should hang out sometime. So we arranged to meet and hang out. And he didn't show up. And that's when I got really scared, because I was like, what the hell? Why is he stopped speaking to me, and now he knows all my secrets, blah, blah, blah. Then I go to work one day and he's there, and he just totally blanked me, and I was like, what the hell? Went home from work, got home, and then obviously he was there and my friends were working at the same time, and we all work in the same like business. And he told Paige and Emily that I was gay, and showed them all the messages of me confessing to him that I was. So he basically outed me, which is the worst thing you could possibly do. So they called me and said, Chris, are you gay? And I said, no, why? And they said, this guy, I'm not going to say his name, has told us and showed us messages of you saying that you are. And then I just like broke down into tears. I'm like, oh my god, my heart was pounding like really bad, and I was like, what am I going to do? Shaking. And they were like, don't worry, we're not going to tell anyone, it's totally fine, we love you as you are, which is every guy's like dream. Like when you're coming out, that's really what you want to hear. But the only thing is, I was more scared about him telling other people, because I want to tell people myself. So he told them to, and then they were like, that's totally fine, and we were going to meet up and chat about it. But then we just like kind of got on with our day and everything. Then nothing else came of it for a few like weeks or so, and then my sister became of age. She turned 14, which is the legal age to work in Australia, and she got a job. I got her a job because she was only new. He wasn't like totally aware that she was my sister, and then someone told him that she was my sister, and went up to her and told her that I was gay. She came home and said, oh, this guy is saying that you're gay and he's telling everyone at work. Then I flipped and I was like, what the hell, like, he's got no right to do this, like, he's totally, like, I don't know, it's just totally not right. I don't know how I'm gonna stop him. I don't want to be outed. I don't want everyone to know that I'm gay just because I've told him. It's the worst feeling in the world. You've got no control of who he's telling. And I was just like, so like angry. If I saw him, I was literally gonna like kill him. It was so like painful for me, like, because he could have been telling everyone in the world. Like, he could have blooming posted it on Facebook if he wanted to. So that's how my sister found out. It was horrible, and I would urge people not to out people, because it's the worst feeling in the world. The way that I came out to my mother was the similar situation to my dad, but we were on holiday and we were all sat around the dinner table and my mum was on my laptop, and obviously she typed in, we were in Geraldton, well, she wanted to go to Geraldton in Australia, and my mum typed G in on the keyboard and all popped up all my search history of gay related topics, and she'd accused my dad of searching these kind of things, and then my dad was like, well, I think you might need to speak to Chris. Now, because my mum's got gay friends, I knew she would be okay with it, but for some reason it was the hardest thing for me to say to her, because I felt like I would disappoint her, and that's the worst. Like, I don't want to be disappointing my own family. So that was how my mum found out, and she was very open. She was very open and like accepting of it. We went on the beach and had a nice stroll and stuff like that, so it was it was very nice. Then obviously this guy who had been spreading the rumours about me had told a lot of people that I went to school with, so gossip started going around school, and I just kept denying it because I wasn't ready to come out to the world at this point. And then it got to year 11 at school, and we moved schools, so I said to myself in my head, if someone's going to ask you if you're gay, don't say no, because it's just going to make it worse and it's not going to stop. Just admit that you are, and you don't have to post it anywhere, you don't have to make a big scene about it. And yeah, so I just said yes to people if they asked me, and kind of everyone accepted me that I told. All of my friends were in the year above us, me and Paige. So it was me, Emily, who's in a lot of my YouTube videos, you might see her. Me, Emily, and Jess. Jess was Paige's older sister, so she was in the year above us. So in year 12, when they all left, it was just me and Paige, because Emily moved schools, so it was just me and Paige left. And all our friends had just gone, so we didn't know what to do. And I got to the point where I wanted to know more people. I didn't want to waste my last year of school sat in a corridor like every day. So that's when I started my YouTube channel. And if you look back on all my old videos, there were a lot of them where I was dancing and twerking and stuff like that, and that got a lot of attention, and everyone knew me after that. When it blew up, it had like 700 views, and to me that was a lot. Like a twerking video, and everyone knew me for that. People who didn't even go to our school knew me, and I was like, what the hell? And then that's when it all started again, like, is Chris gay, blah blah blah. And everyone, like, if someone asked me, I just said, yeah, I am, but I'm not gonna hide it anymore. And then when I turned 18, I moved to the UK, where I met someone and I got in a relationship, and I was with them for 2 years, and I was openly gay, and I didn't have any problems with it, and I've just been living my life ever since. Obviously the relationship didn't work out, and now I'm single, I'm enjoying myself, going to gay pride. If you look at my YouTube video, it was like so fun, and I'm just so happy with myself. But the one thing that always sticks with me is the fact that I was outed by someone, and I put my trust into someone, and they abused that trust, and just for a bit of gossip. I plead everyone, if you ever get information or you find out someone's gay and they tell you and they trust you, if you break that trust, they will never forget that. And that is the one thing that I will never let go of this guy. This guy is never gonna ever speak to me ever again, and I will never forgive him for what he's done. He's caused so much pain for me, and sleepless nights and stuff like that. That's my coming out story. So if you like this video, give it a good thumbs up and click subscribe, and make sure you check out all my other videos, and I'll see you next time.